Hello and welcome to the Cosmic Heart Podcast. I am your host, Jessica Hope, and I'm here with a very special guest today, Toni Tirapelli. She is the Angel Lady. This is our episode 2 in the Angelic series, and this one will be a lot different from last time. We actually have some very special blessings to give today, one of which is going to be an energetic clearing for planetary-wide clearing. At this time, the collective is needing a lot of help and assistance with clearing, and together combined with mine and Toni's angelic team and also divine energy, we're going to work together collectively to help cleanse the planet at this time from any and all energies, emotions, etc., that you give permission to receive the clearing on. And then we're going to be very highly blessed with a blessing from Toni that is an angelic blessing. So if you would like to receive that blessing, and I would highly recommend it, it'll be at the end of this podcast episode. We are all so blessed to receive these blessings. It is such a gift to humanity, and if only everyone knew how powerful the work that Toni and the angels, it really truly is, I would definitely recommend you stay till the end. So on that note, today we're actually going to be talking about discerning what it is that angels truly are and what it is that they are not. There has been a lot of talk throughout the years, angels being things like Nephilim, all angels are aliens, angels could be demons, things like that. So I wanted to give Toni and I an opportunity to kind of share with you from our experience on a more master level, just to help kind of clear up some misconceptions and really create what we feel is a retribution, and also clearing the name of the angels, because angels are real and they're very much here to help you all of the time, and it hurts them when they come to humans to help and they're seen as something fear-based based off of misconceptions. So with that, I want to give Toni an opportunity to speak on her experiences of how to discern through your experiences when the angels came to you originally, and over the years, how you learned to discern who the angels truly are and what wasn't angels as you kind of went along your path.
Right. Thank you for letting me on the show again. I love it. I love blessing people. This is who I am, and you know this. And to the rest of you out there, I love you very much with all my heart and soul, and so do my angels. So the angels started coming to me a very long time ago, and they came to me to help. They specifically said that they wanted to help save the world and save humanity. But they cannot and they will not ever interfere with anything. That's the whole thing. And they came to me very clearly. And that is why I always try and tell people that you need to ask. Now, I have heard so many people throughout the years as far as the misconceptions.
Yes.
They just don't know. And I'm going to put it in very simple terms first. You've heard the little Red Riding Hood, mm-hmm. and the wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yes.
Unfortunately, people, energies, they decide to put on the angelic clothing.
Yes.
They're not angelic. And they're going to try and deceive. Now, on the other side, to expand upon that, is I do believe that they don't know, okay? I believe everyone comes in with these contracts. And they come in with contracts to be nefarious, and they don't mean it. They just are. So the people that are wondering about these angels that come to me are of pure love. Mm-hmm. Pure blessings. They just want you to have your best life.
Right.
Anyone who has ever come in to contact with my angels, seen them, felt them, you know. The love is overwhelming. And it is absolutely amazing. Now, if you see an angel walking or come to you and say that they're an angel and they seem to be a little pushy, they're not an angel.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to... There's a lot of times, you know how just people, they come to you and you get this gut feeling inside.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's the same thing with angels. That's called your discernment.
Okay.
You need to learn how to have proper discernment to know what's right or wrong, or what's real. Because there's a lot of people that are false prophets, false healers, and false angels, unfortunately.
So to help with maybe like some experiences that like you personally have had, and also I'll share a little on mine too. What would you say would help people who are kind of just really deepening their path spiritually, who have maybe come across people or presences that tried to kind of like maybe make it seem like they were angelic, but they just kind of felt like there was something that wasn't clicking, feeling right?
Thank you. That's a great question. And what they need to do is that feeling that they feel, they need to really tap into that feeling and know that it's real.
Right.
It's a real feeling. That is your soul. So you see, our soul knows everything. Knows exactly what's going to happen, knows who we are going to come in contact with, knows who's going to come to you, blah, 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 that knows everything. So the soul will definitely say, hey, this is not okay. So you may feel a little anxious, you may feel like a stomach ache, you may feel, like you're something that just is icky. Maybe your chest will get tight, like, oh my God, what is going on? You have got to know that that is all real, and that is your soul speaking to you. And I'm telling you, it will start slow and low, and then it'll get bigger and bigger. It's very important to trust your soul, for it is your soul.
Right.
It is you.
Definitely. I can say from personal experience that I had met a person who lived in another country, and I felt that they came along at the time that I needed it. So it was like, I can't be too upset about why it happened the way that it did, because they did help me in the beginning with remembering who I am and what my capabilities and power is, right? So I was like suffering and I needed help, and this person came into my path through, like, it just seemed like there's no way that we could have ever connected besides this exact series of events. And so it was like somebody told me to join this group, and then I joined the group on Facebook, and then he just happened to lead the group, just happened to, there's no coincidences really. And then I needed help, and I was dealing with spiritual attacks, and this person said, hey, you should talk to him, blah, blah. So it was like a whole thing, right? So it was divinely orchestrated. Sometimes, though, that may not always be the best, and that's why it's important to use your heart and your soul and discernment, because sometimes things are divinely orchestrated, but not all divine is good. So it's really, really important to use your intuition and your heart and your soul to discern. Yes, it may be divinely orchestrated, but divine also means unseen and in higher realm. Doesn't mean all of it is of the light and truly good intention. So I met this person. He reminded me of many things that I needed to remember within my soul that I was capable of. I was in this like victim mode mindset and spiritual standpoint, because I just had not fully remembered all of who I am and what I'm capable of yet, right? So I was like, okay, like all these things are happening and I was getting attacked, and he came in and he said, hey, this is how you clear. This is how you remove spirits or entities, etc. This is how you do this. I'm going to help you. But then his agenda came in and told me he was an angelic Reiki master and a Tibetan Reiki master, and he wanted to do all this work with me, and he saw that I was naturally a master, and he saw way more into me than I realized that I even saw into myself at the time. And he was claiming to be a part of Metatron, Archangel Metatron. And he was essentially allowing what he said were angelics to possess his body. And I now believe that not all of them, if any of them, were. And there was a lot of manipulation that happened during that time. And this was 2016, 2017, somewhere around there. My oldest son, who is now 18, became possessed. It was a lot of things happened during that time, and my oldest son was awakening his spiritual gifts, and then, so it was like all these things happened during such a short period of time. But through these experiences, I was in what I called a spiritual boot camp, where I then had to learn I can exorcise demonic or harmful presences and beings out of my child, who at the time, I think he was like 12, 13. I'm having static for some reason. So, it was like all these crazy things happened. And of course it was stressful, and there are things I'm not going to get into right now, but it was just quite a bit of just chaos and just scary and just all the things, right? And during that time, I was being told he's an angelic and he's part of Archangel Metatron, and I'm this angel, and my children are this, that, and the other thing. And he's divinely supposed to be in a relationship with me, and all these, like, just all the things, right? So I ended up pulling myself back enough to say, there's a lot wrong with the picture. I sensed it, I knew it in my heart and soul, but there was so much manipulation happening that he was also using his ability to tap into the divine to basically create a mask of false light. And I sensed the darker, I'm not saying all dark energy is bad, but I sensed the malice, intention that he had underneath the cloak of what you mentioned as the wolf in sheep's clothing. But I had fear, and I didn't know how to pull myself away without feeling like he was going to do something harmful. And at the end of that experience with him, it was actually quite terrifying. I had some really scary stuff happen. He actually did send some pretty bad attacks my way. A lot of things happened at the time I don't need to touch on, but the point is that when you dive into your spiritual path, and you kind of just like follow anybody and everybody that's telling you that they're an angel or they're this or they're that, it's so imperative that you use your discernment, because you can very quickly, I'm not saying you will, but you could very quickly find yourself in a rabbit hole of things that are on the unseen by the human eye side that are not fun. And I've experienced so much of that I'm now able to say I successfully obviously pulled myself out of the other side, but I went through a hell on earth to get to where I am now. And that's also partially why I started this podcast, because I want to bring clarity and truth to the world so that we can all help each other evolve. So Toni is really, really important to the planet, and I want people to understand her work is so important. I wish for it to be discovered by the whole planet, because it is so very important. And she is here doing the work with and for the angelic realm, who are truly angels. And again, iterating again, so important to use your heart, because as I said, scary things can happen if you don't.
That is so true, and sorry for that. That's just amazing that that happened to you. But unfortunately, that is more common than not.
Yes.
More people will come up to you and tell you what they think that you need to hear
Hmm.
so that they can complete their agenda.
Hmm.
And it really is a sad thing. And I get so many people that it's like a push-pull for them as far as wanting to be close to the angels, but they're afraid. And
Right.
it's because of all these people who are not who they say they are. And people are just worried. And the sad part about it is here, when you are of the light and you have all these angels and they're just here to help you, they will not push. They will not push
And
at all.
and to that, I want to reiterate what you said to the people listening. What Toni mentioned as far as asking permission is key. I have also said this to everybody throughout the course of many years, and it's because, not to interrupt you, sorry, I just feel called to iterate that again. The spiritual law that governs over this earth realm states that yes, there are angelic and helper presences, but they cannot interfere with your free will, and therefore you have to literally speak out loud. So some of them can hear your thoughts, but it's better if you speak out loud. I am calling on my angels of the light, and I am asking for the help that is divinely meant for me now. You have to verbally say, because even though they want to be there and help you, and they're literally right there, and they're like, please just ask. But you have to ask, because there is a literal spiritual law that states they cannot interfere with your free will. So again, super, super important. Everybody understands. Clarity. Ask, you shall receive. It is a law.
Absolutely, 150% for sure. And so with that, I will expand upon that. So if you see someone trying to push their will upon you, it is not angelic. And you will know and you will feel it.
Yes.
It's like you're going to say, wait a minute, this doesn't feel right. Anyone who's ever seen me in any of the events, I just kick back. I wait for people to come in. I know which ones the angels are tapping their fingers on their shoulders. Hey, come on, look. I have people walking around 3 and 4 times. I will not go after people. It makes me feel sick inside.
It's a gross feeling.
I can't do it.
Mm-mm.
It's so interesting. I've never been able to do it. I just can't do it. Well, when you come in to see me, I'll talk to you. I'll bless you. I'll put my hand on you. My angels will be all there too. They will. I just tell people, come on over to take a walk. Walk through, because they love you.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a feeling that you need to feel from absolutely everyone and anyone who claims they are of the light and they are angelic.
Mm-hmm.
You will never feel pushed. If you feel pushed, it's not the way it's supposed to be.
No. And there's a lot of people on TikTok now and social media who are spiritual teachers and leaders and thought leaders and gurus, whatever. And a lot of them will speak with authority, and some of them do have divinely given authority, but you have to use even then that discernment of like, okay, does this feel good here? Does this feel good here? Does it feel like they're talking with authority, but they're like kind of just really speaking with love, and it's like resonating with me and I'm feeling like I need to listen? Or does it feel like they're talking at me and trying to literally force their will into my brain, make me like believe that this is for me? There's a totally different, discernment is this is, and if you get a big yes here and it just feels good and you're like, all right, yeah, they're kind of yelling at me, but I know it's God, you know. Or if it's here and it's like, ew, don't immediately get rid of that. Scroll it up, something.
Exactly. It's a smudge. All it's onto a smudge,
Get in the water.
Crystals, toss them. I don't know what you need to do. Or just run fast. Get your tennis shoes on. You really have to be careful. You can get hurt deeply, and it can take a long time to undo that hurt. because they start, another thing that you have to be worried about, these people who are this way, who push their free will upon you, who just keep at you until they break you down. They are courting into you. And and this is going to be a segue to what we are going to do for you in a little bit, but they court into you to control you even more. And you have got to get that. It's kind of an icky thing. They'll even go around your spine. It's just amazing the things that I have seen.
I've literally removed stuff like that out of me, my family members, friends, clients, and it's
Yep.
literally in your spine, and it goes up to here, and it's to
Your
control.
brainstem.
Yep.
Yep. So you really, and this, just want to fill everyone in, because this isn't just the face-to-face people that you meet. This is from the music. This is from the TV.
Yes.
This is from the video games. All of that energy, again, can be angelic or not. And as you're watching and taking it in, it is going in. You really have to be careful, because this energy, you want the angelic, you want the light, and the other ones are just going to try and take control over your life without you even realizing it. And I tell you, that is not love. And this is really interesting, because we can look at it from the angelic realm, we can look at it from relationship, this and that. Just like with a bad relationship. If you feel pushed into it, if you feel like someone's trying to be a narcissist or controlling, that is not love. Same thing with the angelic realm. If you feel like they're trying to control you, and there's not any angels. So, again, you will feel it, and you will feel it in a big way. And
Yes.
it may start small, and then it'll work out bigger. And I talk to my clients about this, because sometimes they'll come in and say, "Oh my God, my back is killing me." I said, "Okay, well, when did it start? Okay, what did it start in the beginning with? Was it like a little tweak and this and that?
Yeah.
Like you may stub your toe, and then you're gonna, twist your ankle, and then your knee's gonna go out, and then you're gonna break your leg, and now you're gonna listen." Okay, so just really listen, because spirit, your soul, will definitely make it perfectly clear as to when they want you to hear. And if you don't hear, they're going to get a little louder and a little louder and a little louder and a little louder. Obviously, spirit's right through me. I can't help it. So their passion is here, and they really want you guys to hear this stuff. So just be open to it and be aware.
It's definitely time. I wish for this podcast to make its way all around the world, because it is so important. And as I said, in my heart, we don't do light work, and we don't do the light level work. We do heavy work. We do big work. We obviously do work up the light, but we are bringing the voice of not only our heavenly selves, but also of the angelic realm, of the divine ones that would like their voice to be heard and would like clarity. And today it is about the angels, because, as I said, they really, at this time especially, really want to help humanity. And again, permission is key and discernment is second. It's just really that straightforward. I'm going to see if I can adjust my brightness here, because it's kind of low, so I can see. So I'm hearing one thing before we do the second, the next portion. I'm hearing they really want to clarify what is seraphim versus what looks more like human angelics, and then cherub, and then the others we already know are not really angelics. I'm also hearing another one, which is destroyer force, or the more warrior type angels. They are a fierce energy. So I just kind of want to go down like a little bit of a list and kind of explain more in detail. Also, I feel we need to touch on guardian angels and what that is.
That sounds good. So I'll start with the guardian angels right away.
Okay.
And they can be even your family members that are on the other side. Okay?
Yes.
So the angelic realm is vast.
Yes.
And I see it as linear. I don't see it as vertical. I do not believe anyone is above another. I believe we're all in linear and we all are doing our own jobs.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I see the angelic realm and every realm. It was man-made, the vertical thing. Oh, the seraphims number here and this and that. Seraphim is big and it's like they see all. That's why there's all the different eyes.
Yeah.
So they see all and they are overseeing a little bit. Kind of like a manager per se, but not really a manager. They're just ones that, hey guys, hey team, I saw this and this and this and this. And it's really pretty cool. I'm sure you're going to elaborate a little bit more.
Yeah.
And that's great. And then the archangels, they're another kind, and they'll see, and they are a little bit more involved. They seem to have a little bit more might that people would feel. You know what I mean? They're like, okay, I have Michael and Gabriel and Uriel and, you know, all of them. And people have said that these are the ones for this. But in reality, there's a lot that will be the protectors. There's a lot of them that will be this. So it's not just the archangels. I want to make that perfectly clear. And why is I have a lot of people that come to me and say, okay, what are you working with, Metatron? Well, Metatron's been around me my whole life.
Yeah.
You know, and all these other angels, I have
Same.
like a whole bunch of angels, right? I have a whole bunch of angels that always have been around me. And it's wonderful, and I can talk to every one of them. But the thing is they're not the only ones that are powerful. I want to make that clear that people need to know, just like you and I, talking about the collective, is we all are powerful and we
Yes.
all are important. So all of my angels back here have different duties per se, if you can say. I
Yes.
just finished the angel of forgiveness, and then I have the awakening, and then I have the angel of infinite possibilities, and I have the restoration and rejuvenation, and these angels are very powerful. Does that mean they're less powerful because they're not an archangel? No. They're just doing their job and really good at it. They're really good. You know, so I just wanted to clear that up, that the archangels are not the only powerful ones. Guardian angels are like my mama on the other side. You know, I have a couple of my furry humans that are on the other side. Those are the ones that really help you. A lot of them like to send you the feathers, come to you as a bird or a bee, and they are so loving and so wonderful, and I have dragonflies around me all the time, hummingbirds all the time, butterflies all the time. And even those honeybees, and I just want to pet them. I get so. I used to be afraid, but my mom, okay, this will be a good one for everyone. This is pretty cool. When I was 2 years old, or so, maybe younger, my mom used to say I was like a doll. She would put me somewhere and I would just stay there. So she puts me outside on a little couch, and all of a sudden I start screaming, bloody murder. And she comes out and she was trying to figure out what was. I had a fly on my arm. I was scared to death of the fly. So, in fact, I see my mom smiling right now. Oh my gosh, I feel her ear to ear. So, now she's in her pure form, her eternal form, and we talk all the time. And it's absolutely wonderful.
That's awesome.
But she'll come as a honeybee and get really, really close to me. Sometimes buzz right in front of my face. She's trying to get me through that fear. So our guardian angels, whatever they knew you had to fix it, they will help you fix it. And it's so cool. So sometimes you just feel that peace come over you. You'll see something that reminds you, you smell perfume, you hear the music. That's your guardian angels, your loved ones that are on the other side. It's really amazing.
Definitely.
So, go ahead and add to that. There's so much we can talk about. Oh my God. I love it.
I'm trying to like simplify and like streamline because yes, there's so many different details. So, and I've done so much work with seeing people's guardian angels standing next to them while I'm doing healings, or I'm channeling and suddenly I see dad come in, or grandma, and it's like, oh, well, your grandma's here, it's like, so I love being able to connect people with their family guardian angels. It's so amazing and awesome. It's beautiful. It makes me emotional. So I wanted to add to what you had talked about with, there's no necessarily like one that's like more powerful than the other, to say that, from my understanding, so that this is just part of like helping people understand and clarify. So like, the angel, presence, soul, right, that's seemingly more powerful is because, essentially they have life cycles that are like with humans. So it's like you incarnate as human like so many times, learn so many things. Your what we call, your vortical energy field becomes bigger, your vortex becomes bigger, you've taken on more life experience, you're being given by the heavenly realm more responsibility, you're becoming a bigger soul because you're more, a bigger part of source, right? So it's through these incarnations and experiences that you become more powerful. It's not to say that what we would call I don't even want to feel like I'm dishonoring, but like someone would say an angel versus an archangel versus a seraphim, as you said, is more special than. It's just they literally busted their ass and worked really, really hard and did a lot of work and had a lot of experiences and life cycles to come into a bigger level of responsibility. I believe that there are angels that just didn't want to do that. They could have very well just done all the things and become this big, powerful thing, but they probably just didn't want that level of responsibility. They were like, I'm good right here, just like helping people and I like to do my thing and I don't really want to do all that stuff, So, because it's important for people to understand that, just because a lot of people yet can't see the angels with their eyes, does not make them less physical, real beings that exist very much like you and I do. It's just the human eye can only see less than 1% of what's actually around us. So just to clarify and get the mind more shifted into like, they're not just energy beings, they're actually physically and energetically very real. Their bodies are just light bodies and our physical eye can't perceive them. Some of us can, but others can't yet. So really important to understand that. And then additionally, I just wanted to add that, it is really, really important to honor any and every angelic presence that does come to you. So if you do sense, or like maybe you're getting feathers on your doorstep, or you're just getting little signs and things like that. I used to be, I've healed a lot of mental health stuff from things that I went through when I was younger. Everybody has their path. But when I was younger, and sometimes I might still do this just, from time to time. I don't mean to, but it happened a lot when I was younger. So I would get messages and I would like hear things and I would get visions and I would get signs and I would see all the things and they were like, hi, I'm here. Like, I'm trying to help you. And I would kind of just be like, oh, that's awesome. And then move on with my day. And so as I came into realizing I was in survival mode, realizing I was in a deep healing process, realizing I'm more than just, meant to just like work a normal job and be a mom and do all the things that everybody does, but I had a deeper spiritual path. Little did I know. I was kind of like going through the motions, and it's like because I was in survival mode, and a lot of people are in survival mode right now. The planet is going through such a huge shift. There's so much going on. There's so many unknowns. There's a lot of fear. messages out in the world that are making people feel very uneasy. There's natural and unnatural disasters that have happened. I mean, there's just so many things, right? So, the whole COVID thing, just all of it. So it's like everybody is, not everybody, but so many people are in survival mode. So I say that to say, when you get signs, when you get those pings, I like to call them like a little ping in your heart. It's like, hey, here. Or you do get a message, or it's like, oh, 11:11 again, whatever. Kind of just take a moment, take a deep breath, go take a moment for yourself to really does any visuals come up for you? Does anybody's face that come up for you? Do you feel anything different? Do you sense anything? Are you hearing any words? Because everybody's gifts are different. It's important to take a moment to really take in the messages as we're getting them, because this is going to help connect you to your personal soul family, who you also have as guardian angels, because pretty much everybody has them. And it's also going to help you connect to your soul. So just doing little things like that is going to be very, very helpful for you. And I just felt to give everybody that reminder. Sometimes we just really need to take a minute and remember that we got to tune in.
I agree completely. It's so true. It is. And again, it's that discernment. If we don't see it, what do you feel in your stomach? You have to go with your gut. You have to go with your soul. It really is an important thing. And then if you happen to see a feather, see the 11:11, do this. What were you thinking about just then, beforehand? Because I say this because our guides are with us all the time. Our guardian angels are with us all the time. So remember, your great-great-great-great-grandma or grandfather is right there with you, trying to tell you, and since you can't hear him, or you can't see him, you're going to think about something, and then you're going to see, poof, a feather, or poof, a bird, or poof, a butterfly. So they are helping you, so please listen to that. So it's a really easy thing, easy way to try and get a little bit more in tuned. Is, okay, I'm thinking about this. It's like, for me, this is so funny. They make me sneeze. My beautiful angels will make me sneeze. And they'll do that like when I'm even healing. It's like, okay, well, that was a true thing, and I'll start sneezing.
Is that clearing?
Yes, or my phone will go off if I'm thinking about something. If I say something, the phone will go bing, bing. I'm like, well, okay, there you go. Or my oven. My oven goes on and off all the time. So they're here all the time. So listen, when that is, instead of thinking, ooh, that's kind of weird, what's going on? Oh, no, what's going on? It's 3D. No. What were you just thinking? And what are your guides trying to help you with? What are your guardian angels trying to help you with? They love you, and they will stay with you all the time. They don't lighten up. They don't need sleep. It's pretty cool.
Mine give me little messages, and then if I don't listen to those, even at the point that I'm at now, they'll definitely make it clear.
Oh yeah, they get loud.
I wanted to share really quick with you. I feel like I'm not even going to worry about how long this episode goes, because I feel like it's exactly how it's supposed to be. So I'm just going to kind of, So I was making all the accounts for my podcast, and I was like, hey, I have a new phone. I have, all new things, right? So I was like, what? I'm going to try to do Instagram. Deleted it a long time ago. Haven't touched it, but good way to get the podcast out, right? So I'm hearing, no Instagram. I said, well, it's a good way to, my marketing self, it's a good way to get well, no, probably not. And I said, what if that's a block? Not listening to myself. So I tried downloading it on my old phone. Didn't work. Tried it like 5 times. Didn't work. Did not work. Code wouldn't send. Closed out. Started the process over. Just a bunch of stupid stuff. So I get my new phone. I'm like, hey, maybe I could try it now. New energy, whatever. So anyway, I download Instagram. I finally get the whole thing set up. Got the code. Put it in. Success. Your account's been created. I'm not even exaggerating. Like maybe 20 seconds later, I get an email, ping, your account's been suspended for 180 days. Like, I was like, I just made the account. What in the world did I do? And my guides are like, I said no Instagram.
Oh my God. So funny, isn't it?
I was like, fine. Gosh, sorry.
I love it. It's very clear.
Yeah, they were like, we said no. There's a
Right.
reason.
They don't do this to you. They just push the button instead. It's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Yeah, that's me yelling at myself. So,
Uh-huh. Right.
yeah, so, just listen to your messages because otherwise you're going to get kicked in the butt sometimes.
And they will. Some of them have heavier boots than others, It's just amazing. And you're right about the angels you were saying a few moments ago, about the angels that just have been here. And they're like, what came to me is they're just tired.
Oh, God.
They're just tired, and they really don't want to do much. They'll just shine the light. So I tell them, just shine your light. That's all you need to do. Just be the best that you can be. So anyone out there, if that's all you can do because you're like fatigued, you're tired, there's been so much stuff happening to you, and I get it. Just smile. Just be the best that you can be. If you smile to someone, if I smile at you, it's going to make you smile. If you open the door for someone, or just give a random stranger a compliment, that is being angelic. That will help anyone. So it doesn't matter how tired pretty much everyone can smile, you know. Yeah, and do a small. I love giving compliments to total strangers.
Me too.
Compliments is different. They're like, I tell them, I said, I really love your energy. Thank you. Some of them get it. Some of them don't. I don't care. I want to do that for them. And maybe, just maybe, that is what they needed to wake up just a little bit more.
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. She recognized my energy. That's interesting. I've never heard anyone say that. And then that's going to click and start something going. So.
I definitely will do that when I'm called to, and especially if people will, it's usually in conversation, but it'll be like a grocery store clerk or somebody like that. It's like, like they'll start saying, oh, I just feel really comfortable around you, and I just really appreciate that because I'm not usually like that. And it's like, and I say, you know what, I really appreciate that, and thank you. And I'll tell them I like your energy. Or I'll have a client and I'll be talking to them and I'll share that with them if I say, I want you to know you have really good energy. Not everybody does because a lot of people need a lot of clearing, and I want to let them know that, I see you, I see the work you're doing. And then to one of the other things that you said, I wanted to say, to those who feel like you're an earth angel or like a being that is of the light, and you are, and you don't know what it is that you're supposed to be doing, and you kind of haven't really figured that out yet. Some of you are actually what's called activators, and literally anything that you want to do, you're supposed to, and your energy will naturally activate the light within others. You're not actually supposed to be a healer and hands-on do things. You can if you want to, but your energy naturally activates the light of the divine within other people just from being in your energy field. So if you feel like you can relate to that, I really want you to understand that it's okay that you're not doing anything like everybody else. Just understand that you're already doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Absolutely. Very true. Where did he go?
Sorry.
Like, where did he go?
I realized that my phone wasn't plugged in, and I thought it was charging this whole time. Okay, there we go. Oops.
So another thing, you said activators, and that's very true. And another one, people are connectors. I have met a lot of connectors. It's really interesting. And connectors, to clarify, they're people that may come into your life, and they'll introduce you to someone, and then they're out of your life again.
Yeah.
How weird is that, right? Just that quick. But they are just connectors, and that's all they're supposed to do. And I've met a lot in my life, and boy, am I thankful, because I'm meeting more and more of my soul family. They're all come together.
Yeah.
I met you through a connector, and it was really cool. So, it just happens that way. And that is why it's very important. Even the person that you were with, and, the person that was talking to you and wanting to, who
Yeah.
wasn't really the light, I'm sure he was a connector of sorts too. You probably met someone through him. So it really is okay, but that's why we need the discernment also.
I
And so we
did.
kind of have that little force field around us, right, to protect us, but still there might be something that we need and they need. It's usually, all of it's, of course, divine. Everything is set in stone, and we don't even know it. We don't even remember, because we designed it before we even came in here. It's just amazing. So just go through life. You'll know who you need to put up protection, get your shield up, and you also know who you can let in.
Yes.
Anyway.
And if you ever have doubt, take a few minutes or a day, however long you personally need, to quiet your mind. Put on some peaceful music. On that note, I don't personally use 432 hertz. I like 528 or 369, 639. There's lots of different hertz that you can put on YouTube, but put on some quiet music. Be present with yourself and ask your heart. Your heart is always going to tell you the truth. So when you said, I'm not sure about that person, or is this really the right thing for me? Trust yourself, because you're always going to know. And if you find your answer is, I don't know, give it more time and keep asking. If any part of you says no, listen to that part.
That's right. And that's anyone, even family, you might have to step back from. And that's okay. I learned a lot through my family. And
Yeah.
I'm not close with them. I'm not. And it's okay, because I learned a lot. And I know they learned a lot, and it's okay. And once we get through that, contracts are completed. Now, if they want to come back and do it differently, then that's fine. Do I write them off completely? No. If they happen to call and they needed help, I'd be there in a heartbeat, because that's who I am and that's how I am. But we don't need to be doormats to anyone any longer.
Mm-hmm.
But if our heart is that of helping and healing, and our family, our human family, wants to come, and they haven't hurt you that bad to where you don't want to see them anymore. Because for me, I haven't talked to my sisters in years. All right, years. But if they happen to say, hey, Toni, can I come over? Yeah, I would let them. Would I protect myself? Yes,
Yeah.
I would. You have to. That's why we have our crystals. That's why we have our angels. That's why I have my scarves all the time. I am protected 100% of the time.
You
And
have
I
to be.
invite all of you to be protected. And you have to call in your angels, say, hey, I'm going into this meeting. Can you please protect me? I want to do this. Can you shine the light? And always do it for the highest good of everyone, because the angels only do it. So you ask, angels, I need your help, please. And they will be there in a heartbeat without hesitation. They are absolutely amazing. Why do you think I'm happy all the time? I love my angels.
I wanted to reiterate, because for those who don't see the first episode of the Angelic series, for anybody that's interested in Toni's Angelic wraps or art or anything that she has created, it is very powerful and healing. Where can they go to receive your scarves and your healing art?
UniversalPowerHealing.com. That's my website. And there's a divine store you can click on, and you'll see the wraps, the mugs, the prints, the everything. I have
Awesome.
so much angel. Oh my goodness. My angels keep on saying I want to come.
I would definitely invite everybody to go check that out. It's awesome.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. So I'm going to get into, if you feel ready, I'm going to get into this. So we are going to be doing, I'm going to be doing an energetic cord and attachment release that I actually developed based off of a couple that I had practiced prior, and I've written this out in a way that previously to now I have not shared any of my work like this. So this is actually going to be the first time that I share my own ritual type mantra that I personally do on from a higher level into the physical. I wrote a book called Manifestation Mantras for Soul Healing and Creating a Better Life. And it's pretty much all over the world. It's on Amazon, it's everywhere. And when I wrote my mantras, I actually channeled them, and they're what's called Ascended Master Mantras. I did not write them exactly how I would say it, because at that time the world was not ready for such level of responsibility with so much power. So this will actually be the first time that I share a mantra that I personally do on my own, within my own private practice. So I'm going to give everyone a few seconds to take a deep breath, or a few deep breaths, and to go ahead and prepare yourself. And if you would like to be a part of this this mantra and creation, you will be protected by the angels present, as long as you agree and you are wanting to receive this energetic cord and attachment clearing. If you want to say it with me, you can replay this portion and say it with me together. You can write it down, or you can just allow my words to create it for you with your full permission. If you don't want to be a part of it, you can obviously just skip it. So either way, I'm going to read it now. So I want you to take 3 deep breaths. And as you do, I want you to internally or out loud say, I am ready to receive this blessing right now. Just go ahead and take 3 deep breaths. 1. Fully release. 2. Allow your soul to come in deeply into your body. Release any worry, doubts, fears, blocks. 3rd deep breath. I want you to say inwardly or out loud, I give permission for myself to receive this blessing now. Now go ahead. So, I want you to, after I say this first portion, pause the video, and I want you to think of all of the names of anyone you can think of consciously that you need to release attachments to. And then in these words I am going to speak, it's going to include anyone, anything, anywhere, anytime that you may not be conscious of or remember or even know that has attachments to you. So don't worry if you miss anybody. You can pause it though after I say, or excuse me, at this point, and you can either say the names out loud of anybody that you want to detach from, and then I'm going to be saying the next part now. So if you would like to do that portion where you say the names of the people you're releasing attachments to, go ahead and pause. If not, we're going to start from here. I am hereby commanding with all of my power and energy and all of my being that I am revoking all energetic cords and attachments and connections from anyone and anything, written and or spoken out loud, mentioned or unmentioned, here and now in this moment. I am asking my higher self to discern who and what I need to release all cords and attachments to at this time. I am hereby revoking all permissions given to everyone listed, spoken out, written down, and everyone who does not serve my greatest and highest and purest good, to have all cords and attachments and connections to my heart, my mind, my body, my spirit, my soul, and my entire being my vortical energy field, and all of my energetic systems that are part of my being on every level of my reality, every layer and level of my body, my whole entire being and existence, in all of the ways that are for my highest good and purest good, to do so perfectly, divinely protected by all that is of the source of the highest light and creation in this moment, beautifully and perfectly now. I want you to take a very, very deep breath in. And as you breathe out, I want you to envision all the cords and attachments detaching, removing, and sending back where they belong or up to the Creator now. Take a moment to really feel that shift. It's going to take time. The process has already started now.
And have a sip of water.
Yes, water is very important. It's funny, the sun has gone down during the process of this recording, so my room is dark. I have this light on, so it works. So for everyone that has done this, you are welcome to do it as many times as you see fit. You don't necessarily need to do it more than one time, but some people do have layers of cords and attachments. So what is removed today is what's ready to remove. This process, though, happens in layers. And so maybe a week from now, a month from now, a year from now, you've gone through the processes that you need to. You're now ready to release the cords and attachments again because you have new ones or ones that are now ready to release. So everything happens in layers. If you're guided to come back to it, come back to it. Anytime you want, anytime you need. It's a free gift to all of you because I love you and I want you to all heal.
Right? Raising the vibe of the earth. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah.
Yes. No more gatekeeping, right? Some stuff we can't necessarily say, but that's because, we get the messages of like, hey, we can't, not yet. But we say what we can and we help the best way that we can. Okay, so with that being said, when you are ready, I am very excited for your blessing. And this blessing is for all of humanity, and I would love for everybody to truly honor how powerful this is. And by that, I mean, I would love to invite you to really take some time. You don't have to close your eyes. You may not be in a situation where you can, but it's really important to really be fully present. Breathe it in. Allow it in. Give permission to receive. If your soul says, hey, this is for you, really, really listen. Open up your spirit to the healing and the blessing that's here for you, if you feel it is divinely meant for you.
Sounds good. Thank you for yours. This is going to be a wonderful follow-up. It's about love to love. Now, love, unconditional love, is one of the highest and strongest healers of all. I love it. And so, what it is today, can you see it? Yeah, all those lovely hearts.
That's cute.
So I want you to all take a nice deep breath. And as Jessica said, if you are in a safe place, go ahead and close your eyes. If not, please don't. If you're driving or operating heavy machinery, just know.
Just park.
Okay? Exactly. Okay. Love to love. I am of pure love, as you are. I am here to remind you that you are of pure love. I love to love all. I love to love every situation. I love to love unconditionally. I love to love and receive love unconditionally. I love to love all exactly where they are at in their lives in this very moment. I love to love the way I look. I want you guys to repeat all of this when I say this, please. I love to love the way I feel. I love to love the way I think. I love to love the way I speak. I love to love my creative mind. I love to love my loving heart. I love to love my style. I love to love my family. I love to love my friends. I love to love that I am perfect, healthy, and whole. I love to love that I love to help others. I love to love that I respect myself. I love to love that I have gratitude for my life. I love to love the way I take care of myself. I love to love doing what is right always. You are blessed to love all now, including yourself. With love always. Love to love. Namaste. Breathe that in, please. I want you to feel it go into every cell of your body. Every heartbeat, you're feeling that love go into every cell of your body. And your mind now. Breathe that in. And now we're going to pump that out to your ancestors and to your guardian angels and to your angels now. We're going to let it go to all four corners of the earth. Above, below, and within. Breathe that in. And when I say this, I mean it with all of my heart and soul. I love you more than you realize. And I bestow you with nothing more, nothing less than unconditional love. Bless you. Namaste.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And bless you.
Thank you.
That's from my higher self. That's beautiful.
Yeah, this is on the website under the blessing cards, and they are laminated so that you can reread them, you can cry on them, you can put them on your chest. They are amazing. I laminated them so that they would never be destroyed.
We should really figure out how to get your stuff on the TikTok shop. I feel like a lot of...
I have this on there, and I don't even promote it or anything, so I have to get better. If you know how to do that, maybe you can help me. It just...
Yeah, because I want you to... I feel like so many more people would purchase them on there, but I do invite everybody to please go on to her website. Can you say the website one more time?
Yes, universalpowerhealing.com.
Awesome. universalpowerhealing.com. So yeah, I would definitely encourage everybody to get some of the prayer healing cards. It's just good to have them physically also, because when you have it in your physical presence, you're also receiving the healing energy physically from the angelic presences that help Toni write these. So there's so much power. I mean, you know, when we think about it like this, okay, these wraps that Toni has created are all channeled through by the angels, right? These angels are extremely powerful, as those of you who can truly feel them feel. And so imagine this, right? You go out to dinner, you spend $100 on everybody, no problem, right? You go, food's expensive, restaurants are expensive, your bill's $100, right? and you don't even have a thought about it. What if, and this is truly, Toni did not ask me to say this is just from my heart. What if you spend $100 on something that is so incredibly powerful, heals you every time you touch it and look at it? It's always there all of the time. You have it forever. Why not invest in something that is going to help you long term? I mean, I don't get any money from promoting Toni's stuff. I just want the healing to go to the world as it is divinely meant to be. And that's what Toni is bringing forward, is helping others because she genuinely wants to. This is what we're here to do. We love helping humanity. We're here for this. And I just want to invite everybody to really think about that. You know, like if you're going to spend $100, $60, whatever it is on dinner for one night, why not invest in something that's going to help you heal all the time? I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer. So.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow, I didn't expect that.
Yes,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, on that note, do you have anything that you feel in your heart that you would like to share further for this episode, or do you feel like we are good for today?
I think it's pretty good. I just invite everyone again to stay tapped in.
Yes.
And don't miss anything. Everything is to come.
I
Everything.
I have a message to add to that, and it's just really clear for me, and I'm gonna end it on this note. Really, really practice, and this is a channeled message that I've received multiple times recently. Really, really, I would like to invite you all. We would like to invite you all to practice. Understanding, as I talked to about in my previous video to this one, we are going through an ascension process, and I've kind of broken down what that really means in the previous video, just simplified but kind of in depth. Tune into this video as often as you need, because the energy and the frequency is so high and so light that this will help you to kind of keep your frequency raised, because as we move forward, you are going to experience things that are going to feel like they're kind of pulling you down, and they are. And it's really important as we go through this process of ascension that we keep ourselves at a higher level of energy and light and just peace. And if you can't feel happy, feel peace. If you can't feel joy, feel peace. If you can't get yourself out of that feeling of depression or feeling lost or feeling sad, bring yourself back to peace. And if this video or any, our other one that we did, any of the videos help you to do that, I just really want to invite you to find things that bring you back, even if it's healing, frequency, music, whatever it is. I don't expect you all to feel happy and joy all the time. Obviously, I would love for everybody to feel that all the time. But as we move through such an uncertain time on the planet, just bring yourself back to your center. And if anything that you can feel, be right here and feel your peace. And as long as you can feel your peace, you can find your way to happy. But if you're stuck in sad, depression, all the things, it's gonna feel really sticky and really hard to pull yourself out of that. So hopefully that helps. If anyone has any questions or really would like us to go more in depth on anything that was talked about today or any other video, please do leave that in a comment or message me, and I would be happy to help you understand things further. We're definitely open to explaining things in deeper detail. We just really need to know what you guys want to understand more about, what you're wanting to learn, etc. So definitely don't feel shy.
I do want to add one thing. I'm sorry.
No.
Yes. YouTube channel. My YouTube channel that I've created, every one of them is healing.
Awesome.
So it just depends. So they can get that going to my website. It's the second or third tab, YouTube.
Awesome.
And they can Yeah.
And I think on Spotify and the previous and the first Angelic series video that we did, I tagged your YouTube channel. So if you want to find her, direct the link, it should be there.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope this has helped you all. I love
do
you.
too.
I only want you to be as healthy and whole and full of love as you possibly can. In this season.
1,000,000%.
Yes. And thank you, Jessica.
Thank you, Toni. Have a good day, guys.
Bye-bye.